Good morning, children. Today I'm again back with another fresh topic. This topic also you have previously learned, you're well acquainted with this, but then it is just an enhancement to what you have previously learned. Right? So today's topic is nutrition in animals. The other day in our previous classes we learnt about the nutrition in case of plants. I already taught you about the autotrophic nutrition as well as the heterotrophic nutrition. Today we are going to deal with the kind of nutrition the animals are going to take. So let us see how it is. First thing is the producers. Producers are nothing but your green plants. These are, in broader terms, they are known as producers. Now what do? They eventually produce the green grass. In case of terrestrial ecosystem, you have green grass. What if it is there inside the water? What are my producers there? The producers in my aquatic ecosystem, I have phytoplankton. Okay, what is it? Phytoplankton. Here, producers in the case of aquatic ecosystem. Aquatic means water, right? You are having phytoplankton. On terrestrial, that means on land. On land, you are having green grass. Right, so these are initially the producers. Now, what are consumers? Consumers are those organisms which are depending on them directly or indirectly. Say for example, in a direct way, you are having your grasshopper or you are having rabbit, deer, you are having so many herbivores. Especially the primary consumers will always be herbivores. That means they are grass eating animals, right? So here my primary consumers, what can I actually name them as? Herbivores. Usually 90% or 95% of them belong to this category. Now you are very well aware that all the organisms or all the creatures or all the animals that are there are not completely vegetarians. They don't eat the grass directly. They depend on the animals that are eating grass. What are they known as? They are known as the secondary consumers. Here secondary consumers, in a broader perspective, we can name them as carnivores. That means they are flesh eating animals. Usually in carnivores you are having tiger, lion, cheetah, leopard, jaguar, anything which is eating the flesh, which is depending on the primary consumers for their nutrition and survival. So this is the secondary consumer. Now let us look at the tertiary consumer. Sometimes it so happens that tiger or lion become the tertiary consumers, right? Now let us look at the tertiary consumers. I will give you one example of a tertiary consumer. Say for example, I have green grass here, which is a producer. Primary consumer, let me assume it as rabbit. Yeah. Now rabbit is again eaten by snake, right? Snake here is becoming a secondary consumer. Now snake is again eaten by eagle or vulture. Vulture usually feeds on the dead matter, but sometimes in exceptional case it may feed on the snake. Now here the eagle or vulture is becoming the tertiary consumer, right? Now nobody is there to eat these tertiary consumers. So what happens is, after they eventually die, the decomposers, what do my decomposers actually comprise of? They comprise of fungi as well as bacteria. Here these fungi and bacteria, what they do is they convert the complex molecules or the complex substances into simpler substances. right? Complex substances into simpler substances. What happens after they have become simpler substances? It becomes easy for the soil to accept, to absorb all the nutrients. Now again, as discussed in a previous class, again the soil will become nutrient rich. When the soil is nutrient rich, eventually the crop growth is very, very healthy. Again it is coming back to us in the form of fruits and vegetables. So this is a cycle. Here if you see, everything is interconnected to one another. So I can say that all these are interconnected. You can see some kind of flow or some kind of relation between all these various organisms, right? Now when I look at this, there is a chain. This chain which is linking one organism to another is called as food chain, right? Food chain basically is a way to show you how life actually exists. Say for example, I take herbivores. Herbivores are very, very large in quantity. Say for example, you see a sheep giving birth to a lamb, or a hen giving birth to so many chicks at a time. Their population is huge because they are at the base, right? You can also make pyramid, food pyramid. That is your producers, primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers. Now when you look at these sizes, you see that the producers are huger in quantity when compared to the primary consumers, then secondary consumers, and eventually tertiary consumers. Here you can see that the tertiary consumer population is very less. Why? Because they feed on the rest of the organisms. That's the reason if it is a tertiary organism or a tertiary consumer, say for example you see lion and cheetah or tiger in very, very few quantities, whereas others are in huge quantities. I hope this concept was clear to you. And there's another category which we have to discuss here. This is as a duster. Omnivores. Omni means, I already told you what is omnivores. Omnivores are those creatures which can almost eat everything. That's why they are called as omnivores. Now, best example of omnivores I can give you is hyena, vulture, rat, crow. So these are omnivores. Now coming to detritivores. What are detritivores? They feed on dead or decaying matter. These are detritivores. They help in restoring the minerals back to the soil. So they help in cleaning up all the waste that is created by the other organisms. These are detritivores. What are detritivores? Basically they are rodents, right? You can have earthworms also and many other creatures, right? These are detritivores. You can also have leeches. Leeches also feed on the dead matter, cleaning up the dead matter. They help in cleaning up the dead matter. Even though it's a parasite, it helps in maintaining an ecological balance by giving out or cleaning the dead waste. Okay, I hope I made this concept very clear to you all. See you in the next class. I'll be providing the notes as well. Thank you.